Hello there folks, welcome to another episode. Into this video we're going to be working on this beautiful peach tree. Alright, so many of you have asked for an update on this tree, so I decided to just go ahead and give it to you folks. Now we're going to be working on this peach tree for now. Some of you might say that it's not the actual season to be pruning this tree. However, I've been owning this tree for about roughly 2 years now, and I have found it super easier to be able to just prune it when there is significant amounts of growth. Not only it allows for more photosynthesis, but at the same time it allows me to have two sets of branches growing in a season. But yeah, so all of this ramification right here, which is going to be exposed, you'll be able to see that I have actually obtained in the past 2 years of me owning this tree. Now this is an actual seedling, so I'm going to put a picture of the previous videos, and so you can see how it has grown throughout these time. But yeah, let's get started. So as we get closer to the tree, you can start to see that there's a lot of long shoots just going up there. The reason being is because most of them, they actually grow from the bottom. We're just going to go ahead and clean it out. I really don't want any necessarily any sacrifice of branches, so I'm just going to go ahead and remove those so that we can expose the shape of the tree. And as we expose most of them right here, you can actually start seeing all of the movements that there is. So go ahead and take this one out of the way too. You can start seeing that there, at one point, this tree right here was actually a twin trunk tree. Now I was also looking into the shape of the tree, and originally, let's see, I had it so that it would be shaped like this. So twin trunk ramifying from this side over here as well as on this side. But as it continues to grow and I noticed that the space between the branches are actually enlarging, I decided that maybe it would be an actual good idea. Let me see if I can turn this around. To just simply tilt the tree just a bit. So it would be in some type of angle like this. So the tree itself would actually sit somewhere like this, perhaps even more, creating some type of a cascade. Ideally, what I can also do is just pretty much have it in the same exact position that it's sitting on. Let's see. There. Unanchor this branch right here that I have bent down here, which is this one, and just practically just get some wire and bring these two together just a little bit more. And that also is going to cause me to lose some of the length over here, but that's totally fine. Now what I'm going to do next is something that, like I said, I've been doing for the past seasons, and it's practically reducing the branches to about 3 leaves. But on the way of doing so, right here, let me see, where you have a few more smaller leaves and then like 2 bigger ones, that's where we have more buds coming in. So that's more likely where you want to be able to cut so that you can have better ramification. As well as over here, as you can see, these two are fanning out in this manner, and that was also because I cut where the little sprouts were coming in from. So right here we actually have another branch coming in this direction right here, this, and we have this one as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to simply cut back from right here and then allow this branch right here to just continue growing in the same direction. So let me go ahead and clean this tree out just a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and continue with the whole wiring process. And ideally you also want to leave some room for dieback. You can use the whatever you cut as cuttings, because they do propagate pretty easily too. Go ahead and cut back from right there. looks like I can actually take this guide wire as well. So let me just go ahead and wire this out and see if it changes anything at all. Alright folks, so after a little bit of addition of pruning and wiring, this is what I'm left off with. I also decided to remove what I thought would be the apex, simply because, let me see, right here, simply because I want to have finer ramification at the top and eventually just lead all of those branches on this direction. I have one little bud right here that I'm hoping for it to just continue growing in this direction to fill in the gap over here. But ultimately, I'm just going to go ahead and continue guiding those branches in a downward position to make it look like it's an older tree.
Alright folks, so it's been about 2 to 3 weeks and this is actually what the tree looks like now. So I meant to post a video without having an update, but because I actually failed at it, now you folks get to see an update with it. Notice how there is so much growth at the point of the cutting, and ultimately now we have, you know, more branching right there. So what I'm going to do probably within the next month or so is that I'm just going to cut back to 2 leaves so that I can have a second set of branches in one season. And then after that, I'm just going to let it grow freely. But it definitely looks more full now. And what I'm going to do so too is just position some of those branches where I would want them to be. But yeah, this is what it looks like 2 to 3 weeks later. I hope you folks liked the video. Give it a thumbs up. Bye.